Hey folks, JD and Max here, and welcome to our channel. This is our first video, and today we've brought you to the beautiful Tintern in the Wye Valley. So, I was hoping it wasn't going to be as overgrown as this, as the last time we came up here in February, you could see right over. And down here, you can see Tintern Abbey, but now it's a massive bush, although it's a very nice bush. So, today we haven't come to look at the Abbey, we haven't come to look at anything else other than this beauty right here. This is St Mary's Church, and I believe, Max, you have got a bit of information for us on this church.
I do. So there has been a church or similar on this site since the 5th century. This one was built, or it was established before the Abbey was even, and then went on to be used until around the 70s, where it was decommissioned.
It is beautiful, absolutely stunning, but it has overgrown a little bit since we last came up here. So we're going to try and see if we can get in it. Although there is a little spooky bit of information to do with this church. First of all though, let's just have a look at these gates. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Stunning. These would be original as well. They've replaced the wood, the posts, but the gates themselves, they still look to be the original ones. And they still function, and they don't squeak. That's a bit of a letdown, really. I would have quite liked it to have squeaked.
Someone's using WD-40 on those.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Oh, look, they look as if they're trying to rebuild it in some way. Okay, cool. I don't know if you can see that information, but if you want to follow them, there's the information right there. Right, let's go through and see what we've got. So we are going to be good looking at the graveyard once we've gone into the church and we've had a little look around. But it has completely overgrown. All of this before, you could see all headstones, and likewise headstones over here. But there are some really ornate headstones that we're going to come back to. But first of all, we're going to go in and we're going to have a little look inside the church and see what it's all about. I mean, it is beautiful, and there is a sign on the front of it. So danger, unsafe building. This fence does not signify any form of legal boundary and has been installed as a reasonable safe measure only. This is a very good point. We're making this video so you haven't got to come here. We're very happy to go in here. We've been in here before. We know that yes, it is a bit unsafe, but we are very sure that nothing is going to fall from the bell tower or from any other part of it, because pretty much when you get in, it is a complete open church. And that is because, Max, back to you, there was a fire, wasn't there?
There was a fire in 1977, which was started by a group of 3 boys who were camping in the church overnight after it was decommissioned. And unfortunately that fire took hold, and reports vary between 1 or all 3 of the boys who died, but it's my understanding that at least 3 of them did.
That's a shame.
Which is, yeah, very...
But they started the fire, right?
They did start the fire.
Oh.
It took hold by accident, obviously. But it does add to the lore of the building now. Now it's kind of moved into the legend realm. There were some of the legends that circulated since the fire were that the boys were practicing devil worship and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Obviously, that's not true.
Yeah.
It was a camping accident, which, sadly took 3 lives.
Yeah.
At the most.
That's a real shame. After yourself, Max. Let's go in, let's have a little look.
Watch me fall over now on camera.
Can I pass you the camera?
Yeah, of course.
So I'll give you that for a second.
Now we can watch you coming over.
Get over this. There we are. Absolutely perfect. Right then. Shall we... Let's have a look. Do you know what? For the age of this building, the woods are in incredible condition. It just means that these places would have really been built to last. And I think I can put my torch on. Yeah, the bell's been removed. Which is a real shame, but, you know, it is really lovely. Look at this over here as well.
Oh, that little font, little collection plate.
Could be a little font, little collection plate, yeah. Look at this though. I wonder why that there. Is that like a little peephole? People can look through, because you can. If I go the other end of it, I don't know if I can get in the other end. Oh, I can. Yeah, look, there's a little window. Can you see me?
Just about.
Yeah. I did notice one thing actually. There's a bird's nest over there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. And there's me shouting. I think it's vacant though. Yes, it is. But there's a little bird's nest inside there.
Oh,
I can take the camera off you so we can have a little look. Look at that. It is vacant, but there's nice, isn't it? It's really beautiful. But this is absolutely stunning. Look at that ceiling. I mean, you can see, obviously there's a little bit of rot, you can see the white, but mostly, apart from that beam right there, let me just angle the camera, apart from that beam right there, everything looks to be, well, I wouldn't trust it, I would never stand in it, but considering the age, it looks spectacular. And this door as well, the front of it doesn't look that incredible, but the back of it, I think you will agree, absolutely does. The back here, please close the door, you are welcome. That there, this writing does really look extremely old. It isn't something, I don't believe, that was added after the fact. So because this is the original door, I believe that writing is original as well. I don't know if you know anything on that, Max, so...
Nope, that's not part of my expertise, I'm afraid.
That's fine.
I'd have thought they'd have added it since, maybe since the fire.
Since the fire?
It would have lasted that long. It looks like it was possibly a modern script done in an oldie fashion.
Oh, yes, a good, yeah, every possibility, right? It is old.
It's very old.
And obviously it's been open to the elements, because as you can see from the church, there is absolutely no roof whatsoever. Absolutely nothing.
No, but you still have the tiles on the floor, which are beautiful now they've been reclaimed by nature.
Oh yeah, look at that. That is stunning, isn't it? Really, really, really lovely. And that window as well, I tried to get a couple of shots of it, but it's absolutely stunning.
It's beautiful. It would have been beautiful full of stained glass or however it was.
If we can find any pictures online of what this would look like, we'll put it up alongside. You'll just see them flashing up in between the video. You would have had some of the old stone stands ready for them to put the beams in.
Yeah,
there'd be the other one, that end there. Sorry, Max, what were you saying?
You can see the holes where the beams would have been.
Yeah.
Down above the stone feature there.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it? And again, this stonework is absolutely beautiful. I love old religious buildings. Not that I'm religious myself, but there's something I find incredibly calming about it. And so I guess this bit, before we walk into the next section, this bit would have been, I guess, where the altar would have been.
Yeah, the altar would have been there. You can see the steps going up to it.
Yeah.
And if you look out those windows, you can get a beautiful view of the abbey. I'm not sure how clear it would be with all the summer leaves and things in situ.
Let's see if we can see Tintern Abbey from here. Unfortunately, that is negatory, but it's a beautiful tree. The abbey is literally just down around there. So this would have been where the altar would have been, as Max said. And then if we look down this way, this is where we came in. So we came in from the door here, and then this is where all the pews would have been. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful little church.
Absolutely stunning. And there's a better angle of the tower from inside. I really love that roof. Isn't that beautiful? And you can see the little window this side here. I really love that tower. That is so beautiful. And the two windows either side, one there, one there. So you can hear the bells ring out, ready to welcome everybody in on a Sunday.
One of my favourite things about this church is the fact that there's been a religious site here since the 5th century. And
The 5th century?
5th century.
Shit.
Yeah, that was an old Celtic site, which likely would have been pagan. And you can see now how nature's all taken it back over since it's been abandoned. I think there's something quite poetic about that.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? There really is. And this is going to sound a bit silly, but the green of the nature with the man-made, obviously the stone, which is natural, but carving it, which would have been man-made. There's something really beautiful about that contrast, isn't there?
There is, absolutely.
And then I guess this would have been for the body of Christ and the communion wine.
Yes, could have been.
Looking at the two little dents either side here, one for the wine bottle maybe. I don't know. Could have been for the collection plates. Whatever though, it is absolutely stunning. And then we're going to go into the next part, which is extremely overgrown. And there is a gigantic hole right behind me, so you've got to be careful. So there's a fireplace. So this would have been what, the rectory maybe?
Could have been. I'm not too sure. Obviously, you can see where the floor's giving way down into the basement.
Be careful there. So that would have been the basement, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see some of the wood here, which would have been, I guess, laying over the top of it. And then, I mean, this might sound a bit silly. Really small priests, short priests,
Possibly,
because that doorway is tiny.
Unless the leaf litter and things have raised the floor.
That's another good shout, actually. Yeah, every possibility.
I love this half of the church in particular because I've been on a few ghost hunts here, and in one of them we captured some mist coming across this way, which fascinated me. I was standing right there as the video was being taken. There was no mist, no smoking. It wasn't cold enough for your breath to be seen. And if I hadn't been there watching it while it happened, I wouldn't have believed it was or could have been a legitimate piece of paranormal evidence.
Yeah.
If that's how you fancy it.
I mean, that is beautiful. I didn't notice as well until I started filming you. Look at that door.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
So even though I wouldn't trust this, but even though it is all crumbling, you still got that feeling of it being reassuringly stable. And the back end of the door here, the wood, you can see the burn from when it would have been set on fire in the unfortunate turn of events that Max told us outside the church before we came in. Beautiful. So now we've got to walk this little perilous little bit here. So if you want to go first before me.
So you can
No, I trust you'll be stable enough. And then here, beautiful little window. Again, absolutely stunning. If we, as I said earlier, if we can find some photos of what it would have looked like, let's just walk across here. Then I'll include them. There's another little bird's nest, probably vacant right there. And then look into the woods. So looking through this beautiful window, look at that tree. I am a sucker for a tree, and that is a beautiful one. And again, going in through this beautiful, again, even though it's so old and obviously it's in ruins, you can still see the craftsmanship. Absolutely stunning. Give us a wave, Max. So through we go. And now we're at the back end of the church. That's a really weird construction because there's the steps for the basement. But as you can see now, we are definitely outside the church. So if I come down here a little way, so there's again some more beautiful trees there. Let's have a little look down here. And this would have been, I'm going to try going down here. This would have been the basement. Oh yeah, look at that. I think you're right, Max. I think this is definitely compacted with time. Wow, that is so...
Back then, but,
look how bizarre. Look what's happening to my camera.
Oh, wow.
The gimbal has just gone absolutely crazy when I've come down here.
I think it's, if you are a believer in paranormal activity, I think there's definitely, an atmosphere in this church. It's a beautiful one.
I mean, I've got my one hand here, the other hand is holding the gimbal, but the camera is going absolutely insane. And as soon as I hold it above, there's obviously electromagnets or something. Look at that, it's going absolutely nuts.
It's strange. Hold it again, see if it happens again.
If I just have, obviously the other hand is holding the gimbal handle, but that is crazy. I'm going to come on.
It's doing it again.
It's doing it again, isn't it? Right. Out from in here I come. Oh, that made me feel almost seasick. Apologies, everyone, for that. That was very strange, to say the least. And now you can see the front door. Oops, happening again.
Oh, that's so strange.
Isn't it?
That's really weird.
It's really weird. Right, okay.
I think the atmosphere in this bit is a very strange one, but lots of the feeling of power comes from all the woods up there.
Right.
I've been up there before, had some very interesting things happen with a friend of mine up there.
Really?
It's beautiful. It's so peaceful, but there's a very old energy here if you believe in that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's certainly a presence here, which you know, is probably why there was always a site here.
Yes. That's amazing. Right, let's try and see if we can get through all of this. Again, looking outside of that window, looking in to the church. It's happening again. Okay, let's keep going this way.
Have you ever had that happen with that gimbal before on any different outings with it?
No, I haven't used this gimbal in years. The last time I used it, so it could be that its age, it could be the brushless motor is going a bit. My God, this is really overgrown.
It is, isn't it? I suppose it was just the end of winter we got there last, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's my favourite tree.
Where?
Behind you.
Oh, the old stump there, yeah. He's beautiful, isn't he?
Beautiful face, a beautiful, scary little face.
Yeah, isn't he lovely? You can see one of the old walls there. Holding, I'm guessing, just that would have been a boundary wall for the church.
I'd have thought so, yeah.
And this is the other side of the church. Again, I would have loved to have seen that window full of stained glass. Would have been absolutely beautiful.
Stunning.
Okay, let's head through. I've been stung to hell by stinging nettles. Let's head to this very pyramid head shaped gravestone. Let's try and see if we can get over here. This isn't electrified, is it? No, he says touching it. Okay. You'll be okay getting over that, Max?
Oh, of course.
Or are you going to go down? Are you into the... Or are you getting over there?
I'll go over here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, let's have a quick little look at this then.
This is one of the 3 Grade 2 listed gravestones in the cemetery. All a part of how the local ironworks were so productive and so affluent that you have these beautiful structures.
They are stunning.
Commemorating the people that lived and worked around here in the later years.
They are absolutely stunning, aren't they? Wow, absolutely beautiful. And again, that would be your tree there.
Yep, that's my tree, my friend.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning.
The oldest grave in this churchyard goes back to 1657.
Wow, does it?
Yes, and it was in memory of Francis Bradford, apparently.
Wow.
Who founded the Bradford charity and that still provides educational grants to this day.
Incredible. Let me just reset this gimbal. Right, there we are, gimbal reset. That was crazy. Okay, good. Looks like the gimbal is back in action now. The light is no longer flashing yellow. I mean, you know, I don't want it to seem disrespectful, but that pyramid really does remind me of Pyramid Head from from Silent Hill.
Yeah, I suppose it does actually.
Yeah, but it's beautiful, isn't it? You can see the wrought iron fence has just completely rotted away.
It is.
And the ground is giving way under there.
And pyramids are used all over the world for important burials, important people. They obviously started with the Egyptians that you know, made it a big status symbol.
Yes.
In its own macabre sort of way.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder what that pyramid was for then. I wonder who was there. Maybe we'll put a little link down the bottom.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find out. The inscription on the grave itself is worn away, so it is quite hard to tell. But a little bit of research, I'm sure we can find out who's in there.
Absolutely. And then we can see we've got a little path here which we're going to try and walk across. Is this one of the other Grade 2 listed?
Not sure about that one. The sarcophagus, just to the left, is one of the big ones. And actually probably the one down there is the other
Oh, the other one in the distance there.
Yeah, I love that sarcophagus. The inscription on that is beautiful.
Isn't that the one that we tried to read last time?
It is, yeah.
We'll have to do a little tick wash after this. Make sure we haven't got any bloodsuckers on us.
That's why I wear trousers.
So what's this? Right, we have got Richard White, son of George White of New Weir in the county of Hereford. Gent died October the 30th, 1765, aged 67 years, whose amiable temper and hospitality called to the sequestered spot many of the first rank and character. Inoffensive and benevolent, he lived without an enemy and died deplored by all.
That's a lovely inscription to have, isn't it?
It is.
To be remembered like that.
But deplored by all, without at the same time living without an enemy. Doesn't deplored mean to be hated?
Let's have a Google.
Or have I completely misunderstood? Let's have a little look at these. Absolutely beautiful. The craftsmanship that went into this.
This was one of the first monuments in the UK to be given listed status.
Was it really?
This one, yeah.
Wow. That is absolutely stunning. Just the craftsmanship that would have gone into this. How many people do you reckon worked on this? 1, 2?
Oh, no idea.
I mean, I would imagine it would have taken a really long time. Let's take a little walk around it. Let's have a look if I pan the gimbal around. Stunning. Absolutely beautiful. No plaque this side. But do you know what? It's really, is it stone or is it marble? No, it's stone.
Stone, granite.
Yeah. And it really has sort of survived the test of time, isn't it? 1765.
God, they don't make graves like they used to.
No, exactly.
I can vouch for that personally.
Yeah, being a ex-undertaker.
Absolutely.
That is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. And then we've got another little grave here. And then you can see in amongst, quite creepily actually, in amongst the ferns, you can see the little headstones just raising the little head. No pun intended. Got a couple of beautiful crosses around here. Really nice.
There are some fairly modern burials in this graveyard still. The graveyard itself, I believe, is still consecrated.
Amazing. Well, look at that over there. We can't get there because of all the brush, but you've got a little fence there. So that would have been another grave inside there. And then we've got this big one rising up from the ground. Oh, I don't know if I can read this one. This one is really badly weathered.
The remains of J.S. Brown, son of J.S. Brown,
Esquire,
of this place and of Halifax, Yorkshire.
He died on the... Take that from me.
Something.
Point that up there. I'll see if I can get my finger to read it.
1941, possibly?
On this of June 1941, in the year of... Is that 87?
Well, possibly.
I don't know. Thank you.
It is fairly common on big memorials like this with families in them for multiple people to be added to the grave.
Yeah, that's right.
Later dates. That's still happens now fairly frequently when you buy grave plots.
Absolutely beautiful. We can get to this other one. So there's another headstone down there. What's that one?
The tree.
The
tree
ginkgo tree
is a monument for a doctor, I believe, unless I made that last bit up.
I can't really see because there's a really obnoxious fern in the way.
This ginkgo tree was planted in memory of Dr. Patrick Norman, someone who died or lived 13, is that possibly 01 of 1911 to 30th of something, several years.
It's a beautiful tree. It's a beautiful leaf, isn't it? And then we've got that wall that we saw as we came out of the church. You've got this wall here as well, which would have been, again, the boundary wall that runs up the whole length to Max's favourite tree and around until you get back to the church. So here, what have we got here? Ooh, whoever made these bars meant serious business because they're still here.
It looks like quite a modern slab on top of the.
It does, doesn't it? Like
grave itself,
marble, or it's quite waxy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely a more modern one.
Yeah, absolutely is. Let's go this way. What have we got here? Oh, this looks quite nice. This is a little, see if I can get on here. I'm not standing on the grave. I don't want to stand on graves. But this is nice. Loads of flies, my God. Is there a dead animal around here somewhere?
Can't smell one.
No, well, that's good.
Well, several dead animals, I'd imagine.
So who have we got here? Finley R. Martin, beloved son.
Of James and Jessie Martin.
Yeah, Martin died July 28th or 26th, 1916.
Age 14.
Oh, bless him, only 14. I mean, yeah, it's a ridiculously small grave, isn't it? Right then, let's head back, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
there's a whole other side of the graveyard as well. We can
all the overgrown side.
Yeah, if we
Yeah.
can see how far we can get up. There's
Let's
some
get
more-
through there.
Some more of the modern graves are up here.
Yeah, cool.
At least at the top. But to get up to this church at all, it's quite a steep road all below us.
Yes.
And back in the days when this church was functional, these graves were all being filled. They would use ponies to pull the coffins up.
Was that ponies to pull the coffins up?
To pull the coffins up.
Oh, wow.
Not to be carrying it up the slope that's down there, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe we'll get a bit of that slope. We've got to walk back down at the end of the video. What have we got here?
An affectionate remembrance of Thomas Jones.
Oh, bless him. Sorry. We sort out this gimbal. Thomas Jones. Died 1850? 1950.
1950, age 53 years or 63 years?
Vainly we sought in earth and... Oh, I can't read that.
I can't either.
It's nice, though.
Who else is here? George Williams?
Okay. Okay. And this, it looks like what would have been a nice one as well, but it looks like the top's come off.
Yeah, it does.
That little bit there, we can't get to it because there's too much brush in the way, but too many ferns. But that looks nice. It's got what looks like roses or ivy cast out of the stone, trailing around the grave there. But also, just another angle of that absolutely stunning church. Look at it. Absolutely beautiful, especially on a day like today.
If you didn't draw an abandoned church, that's what you would draw.
Yeah, you're right with that. Absolutely. We've got another ones here. We can't read that. No, can't read that. Again, keep on going through here. Oh, this looks like a late one.
More modern ones, yeah.
1997. Ronald Scrivens, 1997. Sadly missed, husband and father. Oh, bless.
Yeah,
Okay.
Even here's one of the newer ones. That's for 1985, but even this stone could be newer than that.
Yeah, it could be, couldn't it? Like they've put it down as an anniversary or something.
Yeah, I left flowers still. So
Yeah.
people do still come up to this church to pay their respects to the people buried in it, which I think is
That's lovely.
always a lovely thing.
Because you wouldn't, with something like this, you'd hope it wouldn't be fully abandoned. At least I would hope anyway. I would really want there to be people still coming here, even if it's people you don't know. It's just nice to visit graveyards, I find, and just nice to at least give them the respect that they deserve,
Absolutely. It's a very peaceful place, this
It's beautiful, isn't it?
church.
Now, I've not been over this end, but here's a really lovely, let me step back a little bit. This is a really lovely other sort of sarcophagus, isn't it? Oh, and I can't read that. Memory of, there's a massive fly there. Thomas Prichard. Wow, that's very old. I can't see that one. I'm going to just keep on following Max because
there's been so many graves here, they're all in different orientations, and
yes,
some are slabs on the ground, some are still standing up, but
exactly. We're going to try and stick to the path as best as we can. There's another small one just under here. You can just see the the flower pots there.
You can see them just all sticking up through the grass. I think
Wow, look
that's,
at that. And listen to those birds too. Beautiful.
It's such a peaceful location, this, right on the
It really is, isn't it?
hill overlooking the river and overlooking the abbey.
There's a headstone there. Oh, gratuitous shot of foxgloves. Look how beautiful they are. That's beautiful. Poisonous to hell and back, but really nice.
Yeah, you don't touch those.
No, and certainly don't eat them.
Nope.
Oh God, my leg's on fire.
Oh no, have you been bitten?
No, I've been stung by some very hungry nettles.
Oh no.
That's my fault. Look at that. Again, even what I would class this as being quite a basic sort of headstone, maybe. It's still a hell of a lot of craftsmanship went into that.
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful, isn't it? And then over here, over this side, just underneath this beautiful tree or set of trees, there's loads of really lovely headstones over here. More foxgloves, staying away. Wow, look at that wooden one.
Amelia Richards and Silas Richards.
Amelia Richards, Silas Richards, born 1831, and Amelia died in 1891, and Silas was born in 1880 and died in 1963.
Oh, they could have been...
mother and son. Yeah.
That's one of the newer ones. Up there, some more of the wooden ones. Often these wooden ones would be temporary before...
Waiting for the headstones to arrive?
Yeah, because you have to leave a grave a certain amount of time depending on the composition of the land for it to impact properly.
Really?
Yes, if you put a gravestone on there too early, it'll sink.
No way.
Sink down into it. So often...
What's the sort of time frame?
It depends. It really does depend on the...
Depends on the land and depends on the soil?
Absolutely. All of these will be cremated remains, probably.
Yeah, the small ones would be, wouldn't they? Certainly would be cremated. Oh look, somebody's lost a dog lead. If anybody is watching this video who lives in the area and has lost a dog lead, it's on this grave. Yeah, 1990. Thanking you both for all you gave us. Fond memories of Tintern. Oh bless. Raymond Samuel Waite, 1992. That's a really old looking headstone for not that really old of a grave. Oh bless. It's really nice. I love how the headstones weather.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Stunning, isn't it? And what we got over here?
That's the edge of the wall again.
Oh yeah.
Onwards. I've never actually been through there.
That goes up there. Maybe we'll do another video at some point, come back and do another one trudging through the woods, because it looks like there's some little bits of ruins here, maybe. Oh, they definitely don't want anybody going over there. See, they've got this massive stone in the way. But that's lovely, isn't it? Look at that, another gratuitous shot of the church with all that beautiful woodland past it. Amazing.
Roy Valley is such a beautiful place.
It is stunning, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. So where are we headed now?
Well, when in the winter, when all of these are less grown,
Yeah.
you can walk all the way back around there, down into the church again. I'm not sure what the current lay of the land is.
I don't really fancy it. My legs are already on fire. Let's have a quick little look anyway. See what we got. If not, we'll go back the way we came.
The little bench which has been useful, but...
Oh yeah. Is that wooden or is that stone?
Wooden, that one is.
Oh, that's beautiful. Like a lattice work on the back.
Lovely.
Wow, and just bask in all of this. Well, I think we're going to call that there, folks. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, give us a like, give us a subscribe. There's going to be plenty more videos coming. Urban explorations, abandoned, and as well as some paranormal investigations. So it's a goodbye from Max.
Goodbye.
And a goodbye from me. Cheers, folks. Take care.